Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be looking at a new mountain technique. This is the mountain technique that you may have seen in one of the previous maps that I made, the one called Hran. It's a way of making mountains look like they are very far away and the view is from very up high. This is great to get a sense of scale for your map. If you tend to do the techniques that I've shown before where you kind of show each individual mountain, then you tend to feel like the mountains are, that you're very zoomed in because you can see every individual mountain. So you feel like you're seeing a smaller area of the world, right? So if you want to get a sense of scale where you're looking at a whole continent, you want to find a way to make an area look mountainous without necessarily showing each individual mountain. You have to give that feeling from straight down from above. So I'll give you a sense of what I chose to do to do that. The first time I saw this technique was on Fantastic Maps, which is a great website with lots of great map making techniques. I saw one of his maps had this technique, though I haven't seen him do a tutorial for it. Maybe he has. So I'll show you the way that I decided to do it. And that is, first you choose to do a ridge line. So if you look at mountains from satellite view, from way up above, mountains tend to look like they are wrinkles in the Earth's surface, right? Because you have tectonic plates that are pushing together and tend to wrinkle up into this sort of a wavy texture, right? With lots of different shapes kind of protruding and ridges moving off in different directions. So you want to draw ridge lines again, but again, this is from much farther above. So maybe a thicker pen. This one is an 05 pen. You don't want it to be as jagged or random as the ridge lines that I've shown you before, because from up above this will look more smoothed out. And then perhaps you would switch over to a skinnier pen. This one is a 0.1 pen. I'm sure these have better names. I don't know them. And then what you're doing is you're going to show shadowing on one side of this. So this is the ridge line. This is sort of all the peaks of the mountains in a row, more or less. And you want to show that there's shadow on one side because that gives it a little bit of texture. So use a much skinnier pen, and you need to pick a direction that the sun is coming from. I'm going to say the sun is shining from that direction. And you start drawing in shadows on that side. You want these shadows to be uneven because there's different mountains of different heights, and that's going to make these shadows kind of different shapes. Different heights anyway. Kind of implies different size mountains. Once you do that, you can kind of show the other side of the mountain range, which is lit up by the sun, and so you don't need to show too much of it. You can just kind of suggest it by showing about where it kind of leaves off. And that's the core of the technique, but the trick is you want to have a bunch of these. So let's do a couple more. Something like that. All right. Add some more shadow in there. Now in this case, there should be shadow almost on the other side of the mountain as well, because the sunlight, again, is kind of going in that direction. add a bit more to the bottom. I'll show where the mountains start. A little bit more texture. You can add some more shadows just kind of in areas where you think there might be some mountains. Not necessarily connecting exactly up with the ridge lines. Add a bit more texture near the top of the ridge lines perhaps to make it look a little bit rougher so it doesn't look too clean. That can be a problem sometimes. And that's pretty good. With an area that looks kind of wrinkled and scrunched together. Now this is the first pass at this technique. I'm still working on it. I've only done one map officially with it, but this is the general idea. Long wrinkles in the Earth's surface as it's getting pushed up and in these wavy forms. They're not in straight lines, they kind of wander around, although they tend to kind of go in the same general direction. This way you can kind of have mountainous regions, and you can sort of see how the mountains relate to each other and where possible paths through the mountains might be. But this is basically what I'm doing. If you come across another mountain technique, let me know, and I'll see if I can make a tutorial of it, or see if I can figure out how to draw it. If you find this helpful, again, let me know. Leave a comment below, like the video, and subscribe to see more mountain and forest and river techniques, and all things having to do with map making. And I'll see you again later. Thanks for watching.